G. Gordon Liddy was a former FBI agent turned political shadow operative, hired not to uphold the law, but to bend it. In the summer of 1972, he helped mastermind what began as a bungled break-in at the Democratic National Committee headquarters inside the Watergate complex, and what would become the biggest political crime in modern American history. To understand the scandal, you need context. Richard Nixon's White House was paranoid. The Vietnam War had split the country, leaks like the Pentagon Papers had humiliated the administration, and an internal unit nicknamed the Plumbers was created to stop information from escaping. Liddy and E. Howard Hunt, both ex-intelligence men, organized a team to infiltrate the DNC, plant listening devices, and steal documents that might help Nixon's 1972 re-election campaign. On June 17, 1972, 5 burglars were arrested inside the Watergate building. At first, it looked like a petty burglary, but investigators and 2 persistent Washington Post reporters, Bob Woodward and Carl Bernstein, followed threads that led straight into the Oval Office. The conspiracy was not a lone robbery. It was a web of political sabotage, illegal wiretaps, dirty tricks, and a White House culture willing to cover its tracks. The cover-up escalated the crime. Nixon's aides arranged hush money for the burglars, tried to impede the FBI's inquiry, and even sought help from the CIA to block investigators. When one of the burglars, James McCord, wrote a letter from prison claiming he'd been pressured to plead guilty and lied about the extent of the operation, prosecutors reopened the case. Suddenly, the break-in was a pretext for systematic obstruction of justice. Televised Senate hearings in 1973 pulled the nation into the drama. Witnesses under oath described meetings, payoffs, and White House interference. The crisis boiled over in October 1973 with the Saturday Night Massacre, when Nixon ordered his Attorney General to fire the special prosecutor, Archibald Cox. 2 top Justice Department officials resigned rather than carry out the order. The incident deepened suspicions of a White House cover-up. Then came the tapes. Unknown to many at the time, Nixon had recorded conversations in the Oval Office. Subpoenas forced him to surrender those recordings, and among them was a June 23, 1972 discussion, later dubbed the Smoking Gun Tape, in which Nixon and Chief of Staff H.R. Haldeman spoke of using the CIA to block the FBI's investigation. The tape proved direct presidential involvement in attempts to obstruct justice. Evidence piled up, indictments of top aides, convictions of conspirators, and a rapidly eroding political base. The House Judiciary Committee approved articles of impeachment. By early August 1974, Nixon's support in Congress had collapsed. On August 8th, he announced his resignation, effective the next day, the first U.S. president in history to step down. The legal aftershocks continued. Several Nixon aides were convicted. Some served prison time. The reporter's anonymous source, known for decades as Deep Throat, was revealed in 2005 to be Mark Felt, the deputy director of the FBI, a revelation outside the scandal's immediate timeline, but one that confirmed how layered the conspiracy had been. Watergate left a monstrous legacy, proof that a small, illegal operation can metastasize into a constitutional crisis when power protects its own. It rewired American politics, reshaped investigative journalism, and served as a stark reminder that secrecy and abuse of power can topple even the highest office when citizens, courts, and the press refuse to look away.